Hello, friends. Welcome to Seven Boards. This is Devajyoti Banerjee. Today, we will discuss about how to fill up W-8BEN-E form for Google Adsense or YouTube Partner Program, or the same form is required for Facebook if you are a digital content creator. Now, this is very important because you have to submit this form to Google or Facebook to get to avail the tax treaty. That means the rebate or the deduction, so that your payment should not be withheld. So if you don't submit this form, so US government, the IRS, is saying that they can withhold up to 30% of your income. So that means if you get $100 from your YouTube monetization or Google AdSense partner program, so you will get $70 out of it. 30% will be deducted as tax. So to avoid that, since India and US, they have tax treaty in between them. Apart from India, there are Canada, then European Union. So these countries are there with US. They have tax treaty, so you can avail the tax benefits. Now this W8BEN-E form or W8BEN form, this is required for individual. W8BEN is for individual, and the E form is for enterprise or non-individual business entity, and those are not having their office presence in US or not US residents. So in that case, most of the Indian digital content creator, they have to submit. If they are individual, they have to submit W8BEN form, and if they are company, so they have to submit W8BEN-E. Now we would divide this tutorial in two part. One is we will check with the Google form how you have to fill up for Google, and for Facebook you have to fill up the W8BEN-E form. And today I will show you what are the most important areas there that you should take care of. Otherwise, there are certain parts are there like name, address. These are pretty simple. So let's start with this. So this is the Google form that you have to submit from your AdSense panel in the payments info. If you are doing it for the first time, then you read the instruction carefully that you have to take 15-20 minutes in your hand, and within 1 hour you have to complete this session. Otherwise, it would not be saved. You have to restart it from scratch. So let's start with the tax form, and it will ask you again to log in. So we have to log in here, and this is the company account. So once we are logged in, so it will ask you if you're an individual or non-individual. So in this case, if you're an individual, you have to select individual. Now you have to remember that W8BEN form and W8BEN-E form, both are almost same, but with W8BEN-E form there are certain fields that you have to additionally you have to fill it up. So there are certain tricky things. So that's why we are discussing W8BEN-E right now. Now if you are W8BEN, that means individual, this will also cover that. So let's select non-individual entity. Now it's asking that whether this is a disregarded entity or not. Now, Seven Modes Infosystem Private Limited, we are doing business in the same name, so it's not required. It's not a disregarded entity. If you have confusion about this, you can click on this eye icon and you can get the information what is a disregarded entity. Most of the companies in India, they are not under this category, so we would take the generic one. So we will not click on this checkbox, we will click on next. Now once you click on next, it's asking us whether is your entity is incorporated in US or not. So it's no. And then we will go move to the next part. Now it's asking which form we have to select. So you have to select W8BEN-E form. So you have to select this, and you have to start your W8BEN-E form. This is the most common one that we have to select. So start W8BEN-E form. Now it will ask you some personal data that you have to fill it up. Let's wait. It's taking some time to load. Well, so you have to put your organization name. You don't need to this disregarded entity. You have to select your country, India. So you select your country here. And chapter 3 status, you have to select it as corporation. Most of the cases it's corporation. Any private limited company, there mostly you have to select corporation. So here you click on corporation, and here in your foreign team you have to select your PAN number, permanent account number for India. So it's your company's PAN number. If you are an individual, then you have to put your individual PAN number here. So let's type something like that. So arbitrary, we are putting it here. Now, once you are done with this, you have to click on next, and it will ask you for address. So you have to keep your address. So you can keep your address. So whatever address you want to put it here. So you so you keep like this. You select a state. So you can select your state, and your mailing address is same as permanent address. You keep on that. Now the interesting part is coming here, the tax treaty part. You click on next. Now here comes the tax treaty, and you have to claim it. So are you claiming a reduced rate of withholding under a tax treaty? So you have to click on yes, and you have to click on this first checkbox, yes. And your country you have to select here, that is your India. So you select India, and here it comes the next important part for W-8BEN-E form. This one derives the items of income. So you have to click on this checkbox. Now, if you are an individual and if you are filling up W-8BEN form, in that case, you don't need to select this. This option will not come here. But if you are applying on behalf of a company, an entity, then it will come. And here you have to select either two of this, either the ownership and base erosion test, or you can select company with an item of income that meets active trade or business test. Now, what is this mean? What does it mean? So company that meets ownership and base erosion test, that means if your companies, there are two directors, three directors, four directors, so majority of them, they are from India, non-US persons, and majority of the share of this company that is held by the non-US people. So that is your the ownership and base erosion test. And company with an item of income that meets active trade or business test, that means your majority of business that comes from outside US. That means if you are doing such certain business domestic, so you have to select this. Even if you are applying for YouTube premium program and your videos, your channel is targeted all over the world, still you can select this if you think that your business majority of the revenue you are earning that is coming from non-US people, or majority of earnings you are getting from uh, domestic operations from India. So you can select this. So either this or this. Majority of companies, they fall under this too. So we select this one. And then it comes as special rates and conditions. So you have to select all this. You have to check on this. And here you need to select paragraph 7, article 7, paragraph 1. And this is 0% you have to select. So this is for AdSense services. Now if you can go with this, so reason, so you have to check box this. Then comes the motion picture and TV royalties, certain YouTube movies, play partners, Google Play partner, article 12, paragraph 2A2, and you have to select 15% from here. So this is your reduced duty 15%. You have to click on this checkbox. And other copyright royalties, you have to select this same article 12, paragraph 2A, and withholding rate again 15%. So these are the reduced rate. India, US, as per the treaty, as per this article and paragraph number. You have to remember this because on Facebook also you have to select this article 7, paragraph 1, and article 12, paragraph 2A, portion 2. So 15% for motion pictures, other copyright royalties 15%, and whether ad revenue, AdSense, YouTube partner program, article 7, paragraph 1, 0%. So once you have selected this, then you have to click on the next part. You click on next, and then Google will show you the document preview. And this is the document preview, generated documents. You can click all these 4 documents one by one, or else what you can do, you can just click on this and you click on the next, and then you have to select 2 more things and you are done. So let's go with say, click on this, and let's see how these forms looks like. So you see this is your filled up W-8BEN-E form. So you see all these are filled up here, and once you signature sign is from here, it will automatically be submitted to IRS. And once it's approved, you will see a green colored approved status in your AdSense panel under this, and you can see the claimed treaty 0%, 15%, 15% for all these three in the treaty part that we have filled it up, and you will see this. So once this is done, we click on the next part, and then these 2 parts are coming. So your signature, you have to certify this, and you have to write your full name in capital letter. Now if you are applying on behalf of a company, it may be a director who has signing authority. So you have to put your name here. You have to click on this certify, and once this is done, then you have to select, and also activities and services you have to select. Click on this. So now if I click this, if I write something like here, say write this. Now if I click on next, now you see you have to select this. Has the entity identified in the tax identity section performed any activities or services for Google within US? You have to select it no, and you have to certify this. And status change affidavit, if you are applying for the first time, so you have to select this for a new. And if you are already you have an account but you have not submitted this, because every 3 years you have to submit that this W-8BEN form. So if you are submitting it as an existing customer who has already got a payout, then you have to select the second one. So once this is done, you have to submit this. So that's it. Once you have submitted this, you will see the green color mark that status approved and treaty claimed. So once this is done, uh, you're fair enough to go with this, and your payments would not be withhold 30%, because total earnings you will receive in your bank account from Google. Now for Facebook, what we need to do, you need to fill up and edit your W-8BEN-E form through Adobe Reader, or if you're using Mac, there are certain software tools are available inbuilt where you can edit the PDF. Now let's open the PDF file here, and you will see how it looks like. So you click on this, and here this is the 8BEN-E form, that is the latest updated form, where most importantly what you have to submit, what you have to write here, the name of the organization, your country, and then disregarded entity, no, you don't have to fill up here, leave it blank. Chapter 3 status, you have to select corporation. If you are private limited company, you put it corporation, not private foundation. You have to select corporation here. Now chapter 4 status, you have to select active NFFE, and you have to complete the 15th part. Now NFFE is most of the private limited who are into IT fields, who are into digital content creation, they are under NFFE, non-financial entity. So you have to select active NFFE here in the chapter 4 status. You have to put your permanent address here, city, mailing address, city, town. All these things are pretty simple that you have to fill up. And here your company PAN number, as a foreign teen you have to select this. For India it's your company PAN number. And then you leave this, you move to treaty, you select the first one, same like Google. The beneficial owner is a resident of India, you have to write India here. And then derives the item, and you can select either this ownership and base erosion test, or company with an item of income that meets active trade or business test. Either this one or this one you have to select. Here you have to write India. If you are from Canada, you have to write Canada. If you are from any other country, so you have to write that. And then special terms and conditions, you don't have to select C checkbox. You have to select only 14 A and B checkbox along with this one or this one, any one of this. So this is the safest one. Now coming to explanation, I have already given. Now coming to the next part, that special rates and conditions. Here the beneficial owner is claiming number 15 part, where you have to write here, like what you have to write here is article and paragraph. This is article 7 and paragraph 1. Same like Google, you have to select article 7 paragraph 1, and you have to write the reduced rate at 0%. And in this part you can also apply for motion pictures, like paragraph 12 and paragraph 12 to a part 2. That part you can mention here with a 15% reduced rate. So here most important is article 7 paragraph 1, 0%, and you can write article 12 2a paragraph 2, where paragraph 2a2, where you can claim for motion pictures and other copyrights issues for up to 15%. Now here part 4, all this part you don't have to fill up, you have to only fill the 15th part. If you have selected this, that chapter 4 status, that is non active NFFE. So you go to part XXVV, so you go there, you don't have to fill up anything here. Go to this one, so active NFFE. So you have to select this. Certify, that means less than 50% of such entities gross income for the preceding calendar year is passive income, and it's not a financial institution, because most of the IT companies, they are non-financial institutions. And less than 50% of assets held by such entity or assets is produced or held a production of passive income. So this too you have to certify, and then you need to go here, you have to sign your signature along with your legal authority name. That means if you are Mr. XYZ, so you have to write your name here, you have to put your date here, you have to click on this checkbox, I certify that the above information is true. That's checkbox you have to click, and then here you have to sign your short signature or your full signature, whatever you feel that is your signature, you have to do it, and then you submit it to your Facebook. So this is W-8BEN-E form. You have to submit, you have to write in this way, and you have to submit. So I think this will help you clear picture, like as a non-US business entity, how you can apply for tax reduction, tax rebate to IRS, to United States government, through W-8BEN-E form. And recapping once again, the most important parts, like chapter 3 status should be corporation, your foreign tin would be your PAN number, your chapter 4 status should be active NFFE, your foreign tin is your company's PAN number, your claim of tax treaty country India, and then 14A and B you have to check tick mark. Don't have to click on 14C, and here you can select either any one of this two: company that meets ownership and base erosion test, and company with an item of income that meets active trade or business. So special written conditions you have to apply for article 7 paragraph 1 or article 12 2A part 2 with 0% and 15% tax treaty. Then you have to sign and signature. You have to go back to part XXVV. So active NFFE XXV. So you have to click on part number 15. So active NFFE, you have to certify this, and then at the bottom of this page, you have to sign and put your name and your date, and you click on this checkbox. You are done. Thank you very much. If you like this video, like and subscribe to Seven Boards YouTube channel for such most interesting videos and video tutorials. Thank you.